Running a business while being a mom is no joke. It is hard. A lot of the times people are like, how does she do it? I'm going to share my experience with you today, my systems from the past 5 years of running a business online and being a content creator and network marketer. My son is 15 months old. I have still managed to run my 6-figure business, and it may inspire you to be like, you know what? Maybe I can do this too. Got like dog hair all over me. Okay, well, where's your son today? Well, that is number one tip, is ask for help. My son is currently at daycare 2.5 days a week. I do have daycare, which helps a ton. And he goes from 8 to 4 Monday, Wednesday, and then 8 to 1 on Fridays. If you've got family, relatives, neighbors, the thing is, way back when, moms were stay-at-home moms, but they didn't run businesses. So give yourself some grace, because the way of society and the way things are, most people cannot live off of one income source. So men and women are working, and women are still having to do all the work at home and raise the babies. So a little bit about myself. I was a CPA accountant. I was told to go to school, get a good job, get good grades, retire when you're 65, and hopefully make a good living for yourself. Well, I did that, got into the working world, got my CPA, worked in public accounting, worked in industry, and I just realized, you know what? This kind of sucks. Going to work every single day, making my lunch, sitting there. I got 2 experiences. I got experience where I was so overworked and underpaid, working 14-hour days, versus then I quit that job and I went into industry, and it was a typical 9 to 5, but I was so bored at my desk, and I was like, there has to be more to life than all of this. Oh, that's my timer for my sourdough. How I got into the content creating space was through network marketing. I was using Monat products for my hair because my hair was super fried and damaged. Started using the products, loving the products, seeing results, and then I saw like how these girls were going to events and making all this money online, and all they really had to do was share their hair, and I'm like, you know what? I love hair. I think I could do that. So that's how I got started sharing content online, and it kind of just snowballed from that, where I realized, you know what, I really love this. Like, this could be something that I could do full time. So when I got into network marketing, I had to learn the ropes. I had to learn how to be the best network marketer. So I read the books, listened to the podcast. It was trial and error. I failed so many times. Quit my job after 1 year. My income from Monat was double from what I was making as an accountant. So in the past 5 years, I've obviously acquired a lot of skills, a lot of systems, and I want to share all that with you today. I had to accept that I can't run a 6-figure business and also have my son home. I knew that it was going to be better for him to go to daycare, play with other kids, and learn new skills, and just honestly socialize. And then when I was home and he was at daycare, I could actually get intentional work done, focused, so that when he is home, the other 4.5 days a week, I'm present with him. Number 2, which I implemented a long time ago, because I have the mentality of, if you can make more money in an hour than you can pay somebody to do a job, then you should delegate the task. It was much cheaper to hire cleaners to come in every other week than it was for me to spend time cleaning the house for 4 hours. If your time is worth $100 an hour, that 4 hours you're cleaning is worth $400. Well, my cleaners come here for an hour and 15 minutes. There's 3 of them, and I pay them $80. Therefore, it is well worth my time to hire the cleaner versus doing it myself. I hired an assistant. She works very, very part-time hours. So anything that I don't actually have to speak, I don't have to make the content, I don't have to show my face in, I try to delegate out to an assistant. So she helps me with a lot of, like, when I get a new customer with my Monat business, helping set them up. And then I'm going to get into like different applications that I use and systems that help with that as well and speed up the process. Pretty much automate a lot of my business. When you're looking at other creators or other people online and you're like, how do they do it? Like, I'm being upfront and honest with you, is that if you have the money to delegate, then you should be delegating the tasks and hiring things out. Don't compare yourself to other people. For me, I find it really hard when I watch other YouTubers and I'm like, oh my gosh, how are they filming all these videos? Their editing is so amazing. They've got all the flashy stuff popping up. I'm like, how do they have time to edit all this? And then I realized, no, they don't. They actually hire an editor. So all they have to do is sit here like I am right now filming the video and then send off the raw clips, and it gets edited for them and sent back. Versus me, I have to spend like 3 to 4 hours editing a video like this. I'm not in a position right now to hire out my editing, but in the future, that is something that I know is out there, and you have to remember, do not compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. You need to have support and backup. My husband is amazing. Babe, if you're watching this, I love you so much. Mwah. I appreciate everything that you explain to them, what you do and why you're doing it. My husband didn't get it in the beginning. I was an accountant and he thought he married like this prestigious girl, and now all of a sudden she's wanting to be an influencer. What helps is showing them the money, so prove to them that you can make money. Maybe you don't have the money to show, like explain to them, hey, this is a business, like it's gonna take time for me to grow. I have to be consistent. I have to build trust with my audience. Make sure you've got the help at home because that makes a world of a difference. Discipline over motivation. There are some days, I'm not gonna lie, I wanna sit here on this couch, I wanna grab my phone, and I just wanna sit and scroll and I don't wanna do anything, but that's not going to make me any money. That's not going to pay for my addition on my house. That's not going to pay for my trip to Disneyland. You will not be motivated every single day, especially when you work from home. It is so hard to not fall into the trap of laying on your couch and being a lazy butthead. Trust me, I know. Discipline has to outweigh the motivation. How do you stay disciplined? Remember your why every single day. Why did you start this business? If you lose track of your why, then every single job has its pros and cons. There's not a single job out there where every single day they're excited to get up and go to work. I just remember when I worked 9 to 5, like I didn't have a choice. If I didn't want to go to work, I had to get up, make my lunch, and show up. Even if I had the worst day, even if you're going through a breakup, even if you're going through a death in your family, like you have to go to work. And that's the same thing with a job like this. So have the discipline to show up for yourself every single day. Let's talk about applications that I use to help me work my business. Automate things and helps me work smarter, not harder. The number one app that I love is Project Broadcast. Project Broadcast is a texting automation service because I work with Mon8 and I have hundreds of customers. For me to go and text 500 people individually would take me all day. I don't have time for that. So for example, if there's a sale, all my customers are tagged as VIPs. So I write out one message, hey, Catherine, happy Friday. Just wanted to let you know there's a flash sale today. All Mon8 products are 40% off. Here's the link to shop. Let me know if you have any questions. Type out that message. When I go to send it, or I say send to VIPs, and it'll send to every single one of my VIPs. I also love it because I can schedule messages. So for example, if I want to check in with a VIP in a couple months, I schedule the message to send out in a couple months and then I don't forget. I can give you a discount code for 50% off. Use code Jade Haringa. This is not sponsored by Project Broadcast. I just love them. The next app that I use, if you're a content creator, you've seen many people do this, is called ManyChat. And ManyChat is a DM automation app. So for example, when you see people say, comment link for whatever they're sharing, a sweater that they're sharing. ManyChat automates it so that if someone comments link, I don't have to worry about going to their profile, sending them a message, sending them the link. You set that up in ManyChat. Anyone who comments link is going to get this message and it automatically sends. Another one that I use is repurpose.io. So this one is you can repurpose content to post on different platforms on your behalf. So for example, if I post on Instagram Reels, I can set it up that I want that same reel to be posted on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok, Pinterest. So it's really great because it saves time trying to post on all platforms. The last one that I use is Zapier. I started getting a lot of inquiries about hair quizzes. It's basically a platform that automates different tasks. So for example, if someone fills out my hair quiz in my link in bio, instead of me having to go to the hair quiz, find the person, add them to my Google spreadsheet because I keep everything in my spreadsheet, and then going and messaging them. As soon as someone fills out my hair quiz, Zapier then adds it to my Google Sheet, adds another line with all their information. Then I actually linked it to Project Broadcast where it would then text the person. Since then, I actually just like to message people on Instagram and you can't set that up in Zapier, so I have to manually message. But like there's so many things you can do with Zapier. You can like automate emails. If this happens, then you tell it to do this. I have experience with coding from university. university and my mathematics degree, apps like this are really user-friendly for me and easy to understand, but I know if you don't have any of that experience, it can be overwhelming. Take that with a grain of salt. Again, don't compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 20. The last thing I want to touch on, your mindset, mom guilt, and self-care, because this is so important to keep you going in business. I get mom guilt every day. I pick up my phone and I have my son with me, and even today when my son's at daycare, I have guilt right now because I'm not with him. But what I have to remember and remind myself is that if I didn't have this job, I would be in a 9-to-5. I would still be working in accounting and I would be gone 10 plus hours a day, and in tax season I was gone 14 hours a day. Therefore, I would never see my son if I was still in that position, versus now, yes, I have to send him away. I don't have to, but I choose to send him to daycare for 2.5 days a week so that the other 4.5 days I'm actually present and I can spend time with him. There is no comparison. This is the best case scenario for me and my family. And it also allows me to do what I love. You are not just a mom, you're so much more than that, and you have so much value to offer. So make sure you take care of you. A bonus tip, get up every single day and get ready. It will motivate you to actually work throughout the day. If I stay in my pajamas with no makeup, my hair's a mess, definitely won't be recording, definitely won't be getting myself online, and I just feel slumpy. When I get up and I get ready, I feel more motivated, I feel more disciplined, and I'm ready to take on the day. I also try to walk on my treadmill half an hour every single day. I need that physical activity. It's good for my body. It's good for my brain. For me, I have to set strict business hours. I have app limits on my phone. I also have no notifications coming to my phone. There's nothing that comes up on my lock screen. It is empty. Nothing. The only thing that will come up is text from family. But if I want to see a notification, I actually have to go into the app to see my Instagram notifications. When you're a business owner working from home, if you're constantly getting buzzed with notifications, you're going to be so overwhelmed. I was so overstimulated all day. I felt like I could never get away from my work. So notifications off. All my Monate stuff goes into Telegram. So if my team wants to contact me, like, they have to message me on Telegram. My Instagram DMs get lost. Sometimes they don't show up. I have everybody messaging me on there, followers, like my family. Just don't message me on Instagram because I can't guarantee you that I'm going to get back to you right away. When I wake up, I do not grab my phone. I go grab my son, we get dressed, we come downstairs, I make his bottle, I make my coffee, and it's probably not until like at least 20 minutes that I actually grab my phone, and I probably should wait longer. I mean, when I'm scrolling, I'm also doing market research because I'm in the content creator space. When he's eating, that's when I'm doing the dishes. I'm doing like cleaning up around the house. Whatever I can do while he's eating and distracted. We're trying to transition to 1 a day nap. When he's napping is when I either schedule my calls, do whatever I can't do while he's awake. And when he's awake, I try to involve him. You guys know that a lot of times I sit at my beauty desk and I film my skincare, my makeup, my hair. He sits on my lap all the time and he loves it, and he plays with all my makeup and he throws it around, and you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna involve him in everything that I do. I don't typically show him a lot on my social media, but he does show up. I don't want him to be the focus. Include your babies whenever you can. When I put my son to bed, usually around 7 o'clock, I try not to go on my phone past 8. Like, I'll work usually from 7 to 8 or 8:30 maybe, and my husband will do whatever he needs to do in the shop. But then at 8:30, it's like me and my hubby's time. Spending time with each other, we'll go in the hot tub, we'll watch a TV show. Getting away from your phone when you work for yourself and you work online is hard. Anyway, hope that you can now take some of these tips and implement them for yourself so that you can be a better businesswoman with less mom guilt, but with more systems so that you can work smarter, not harder, because that is my motto. You can't do everything by yourself. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and let me know in the comments if there's anything that you do that maybe I don't do. I'd love to hear your suggestions. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.